The ways of tobacco companies. For several decades, tobacco companies across the world vehemently denied and valiantly deceived and misled people about the dangers of smoking. That the American companies continued with their abhorrent acts of deception despite the US Surgeon General warning 50 years ago that cigarette smoking is a health hazard is shocking. But the tide is turning, and these companies that continued with their ways are being brought to account. In a second major move, four American companies and the US government recently reached an agreement on the corrective statements that the companies would advertise. Besides stating the facts about smoking, they would admit to deliberate deception in advertisements that would be carried once a week in 35 newspapers and on TV 5 times a week for a year. These would also be carried on the company's website for 2 years. If all goes well, the agreement would bring to an end a 15-year-old battle that started a year after the November 1998 Master Settlement Agreement that forced the companies into paying the 46 states $206 billion over 25 years for treating smokers who fell sick. The 1998 statements also placed several advertising and marketing restrictions. Despite the damaging exposure and the severe restrictions, the companies have unabashedly continued to improvise strategies to build their customer base. Every day, they successfully lure over 3,000 US children to try their first cigarette. Despite a significant drop in smoking incidence from 42% in 1965 to 18% in 2012 in the US, the habit still kills about 500,000 people annually. In India, tobacco causes 1 million deaths every year. While the US government has put in place several effective measures to reduce smoking, surprisingly, it has adopted a regressive stand on implementing pictorial warning on cigarette packets. In spite of unequivocal evidence supporting the effectiveness of pictorial warning in preventing smoking initiation and encouraging smokers to quit, a US court has halted its implementation on the ground that the regulation violates freedom of speech. The WHO's 2005 Framework Convention on Tobacco Control (FCTC) treaty strongly endorses pictorial warning. Though India introduced such warning in 2009, these are highly ineffective and fail in their primary objective. It is time India introduced more effective ones and rotated them every year. The country needs to shift gears to battle tobacco use, paying heed to the report of the US Surgeon General released recently that has found a direct link between smoking and many diseases, including type 2 diabetes and liver cancer. Thank you.